Thokozani bogogo, thokozani bantu abadala. Welcome to my channel. Ndiyanivusela. Ndivusela nabogogo enihamba nabo, nabomkhulu enihamba nabo. Ndithi thokozani, Camaku, Ndawuwe, Thobela Thobela, Khanya, Lisedi. Hello and welcome. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. So today, what are we going to be talking about? We are going to be talking about the different types of healers. You know, it's interesting how people tend to box others. Those who are not have a tendency to box those who are. What am I talking about? So many people will kind of try to dictate to you how you're supposed to be as a sangoma or the type of healer that you are, without even knowing, without having even the inkling of what it means to have a calling, but through distortion and generalization, which is something that happens a lot, then, you know, they impose or project their assumptions on you, and will even stand firmly and strongly and believe that you should be doing what they think you should be doing. And that is a wrong assumption. But anyway, we were not there. So I wanted to talk about the different types of healers. There are healers who are, for instance, Sangoma, abatwase isinguni, and those who have trusted Isinzawe, and Malopo, Makhosi, Ocamaku, which is the Xhosa initiation process, Amagqirha, and others and others and others. And even their healing modalities differ. For instance, some people use only water, like your prophets. You will have your prophets, they will be using water, praying a lot. But then again, with the prophets, there are prophets who, you know, will speak on the future, and they will be praying a lot. But then their prophets will even be using water. Others, all they do is just to see visions and tell you about the future. And then there are those who will even be using water. And then there's the sangomas, and then there's the prophets. And now let me go back to the sangomas. Within the sangomas, for instance, there's different bandes. There's those who would be different bandes, so many. Then there would be, for instance, about Tokoza, which are the ones who, when they agree to, they say Tokoza. And then Abagandawe, who will, be saying Dawe when they agree to, which is, if you notice with me, I say Tokoza and then I'll say Ndao, because I've got the Umguni, and I've got Umdao, and I've got Umsutu. So those three, they are there. And then there is Utamaku, which I would have inherited because I'm an Eastern Cape borner, and my people migrated to the Eastern Cape and ended up being assimilated into the Xhosa culture, whereas we're not originally Xhosa, even now we're not called Amaxhosa, we're called Amamfengu, but there's this whole issue of generalization, where then if you're coming from the Eastern Cape, it's assumed that Xhosa. And as a result, for me, when I had to initiate, I will be lying if I say I have even 2 dreams where I was being shown izinto as Xhosa, Xhosa items, because dreams are a fundamental part of your journey as the chosen one. For me, it was mainly Nguni stuff, Amahia, everything of mine was aligned to the Nguni way of twassing, which then I was grateful for, but that's a topic for another day, because I kind of got to be reorientated about my origins, to the point of which I'm even considering doing what's it called? There's a certain test that a lot of Afro-American sisters and brothers do. That kind of gives you an inkling of where your origins are. It's a DNA test. It's called an ancestry test. Yes, I'm considering doing that because, there are some interesting things that I still need to learn about myself and as well about my people. And especially now that I am within the space of Ubungoma, then I just smelled this perfume that's not my perfume, and there's no one in the room. Okay. Smells so beautiful. So was I Mokoko. Well, that happens sometimes. One of the guys will just, give you a sign that we are in the room. So, it's a beautiful, beautiful scent. Maybe they want me to get that perfume. Who knows? You never know. You never know. So then, as a sangoma, then you would wear amahia, as I was saying, and you heal karitaula, which is intlolo, your bones. And for some people, even the bones themselves, it's so fascinating. Some of them are made out of elephant tusk, some of them or elephant bones. Some of them are made out of, I remember seeing this other one. It looked like it's a horn. It's made out of horn. Then they're made into, pieces like the dominoes that you normally see. So the dominoes that you would have on your bone set then is made out of that cow horn. Some people use even chicken bones. Some, I know with the Native Americans and some Spanish people, they would use chicken bones. And then some people, they use crystals. So there's different tools that one uses even as umngoma. These are all, you even find that within ubungoma. For instance, for me, my entlollers, when I was shown in a dream, they were, different to the ones that my Baba uses and the ones that I'm currently using. So I'm collecting those now because they came from the sea, It's a story for another day and my secret. My secret. Anyway, then you will find you have amakosi, which are predominantly in KZN, and some people, they also have the spirit samakosi as well, which is your royal lineage, pardon me. And then those, even the dancing is different, it's very, very different. For instance, for amakosi, you would have your ziyajabula mayizunginika inyama yedlu ziyajabula mayizunginika. So even the rhythm says so even the rhythm is totally different to the rhythm yabangoma. Because with us, for instance, our songs would be like so bingalela koko sabona nyanga. The rhythm there is different, So it's that, and then you have your even the way that amakosi dress is different. Banomyeko, which is quite predominantly theirs, the beaded wool with the beads, or they would bead on the hair, Actually, I remember when I went to Faraday last week, I saw one of the celebrities in South Africa. They were doing umyeko wake, at one of the stalls I was going to, And it was so nice to see, someone chilled and doing their own thing. And then you would also have, and they would have the skins, abangoma nabo, they have the skins, because in the olden days, amahia were not the ancestral cloths, we're using animal skins, so there's those as well. And then you'd have your sanuses high rank, even above abokobela and stuff, because isanuses, they can foresee into the future, they can foretell things. One of the greatest examples is Babukredo Mutwa, and they are just a million libraries in one body. And then you'd have okay, there's this thing of saying inyanga. For instance, esxhoseni we call amagedla inyanga, whereas then when you go to the other Nguni languages, you would say isangoma or inyanga, because uyanyanga, you are a healer, uyanyanga. So then I'll use the word amagedla, which is ikwele, the one who does not go to initiate, but their initiation is through their dreams, and they're not necessarily being initiated, but they are being initiated because they're being initiated into being healers with imiti. They will be taken through dreams and shown imiti, and they go and get a lot of imiti, and they don't necessarily, actually, they are not initiated as sangomas. And some people even go and learn imiti kubo, even just generally anyone. And with them, they don't shola you, which means that they won't be divining for you. You just tell them, I've got this, and then they give you, they say, okay, this is the muti that you'd use for this. And then there's the energy healers, like your Reiki people, using crystals, and then, but within the South African ones, I'll stick to that. Then you have people who have will also talk in another video about the different spirits that choose someone to work with them. For instance, Abaluzi, you've got your Nzuza, you've got your Mzawi, you've got your Mguni, you've got your Tsamako, you've got your Malopo, which is Basotho, Mapedi, and all the ethnicities in South Africa. And then you have Amanono. So there's a whole lot of different types of healers, and as well as different types of spirits, which are the ones I just mentioned now, a few of them. So in the next video, or one of the videos, we'll be talking about that. So there's a lot of different healers, and their healing modalities are different. So when you go and encounter, I remember someone sending me a message asking me specifically if I have someone in my contact list who uses Amakosi to divine, and well, I did not have someone, but I kind of know an area where there are some people who do that, but yeah, there's natural amakosi, and then there's man-made amakosi, and so those people in that area, most of them, they use the man-made. So I was very skeptical, to give the person the kind of understanding of where these people are, but I just kind of said, just check, somewhere, for instance, around a certain area, because this person was specific. They knew exactly what they want, and it's not your place, because sometimes people who work on assumptions, they get, how can I say it, starstruck by people who sometimes seem to be doing extraordinary stuff, not realizing that sometimes you take amadlozi akho and your ancestors to spaces that are contaminated by undesirable entities. But that's a topic for another day as well. Thokozani Bogoku, please feel free to ask me questions. Feel free to suggest some topics that you'd like me to tackle and offer some clarities where I am allowed within Umthetho Weshoba. I will definitely indulge you. See you in the next one. Stay good, stay kind, stay blessed.